Well, first, congrats to South Dakota. That's a team that has improved all year. Great coaches, a lot of young faces, a lot of Omaha kids, people that we know personally. So hats off to them for a great season. But this, I thought we were generally pretty clean tonight, other than I thought the first half of the second set. Obviously, our offense was good, and we're going to need to continue to fire on all cylinders to play a very, very good Ole Miss team that we got to see compete in a great match today against Florida State.
Kendra, what you see out of South Dakota defensively that allowed you to? It seemed like you got three hitters involved in the first 5 rallies, and you got yourself involved pretty early too.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of seeing what they were going to do. I think their blockers kind of stuck in the middle, so it was kind of pushing pins, kind of seeing if we can go against the flow a little bit, and I think that just continued to work. So fighting different hitters, fighting the hot hand, and then just trying to be active, see kind of what they were doing against me, and they kind of left me open tonight, so I decided to go for it a little bit more.
With a good home crowd out here tonight, how important is it to kind of get going early?
Yeah, I think it was really important. I think we talked about going into this match of we want to start playing this tournament as Creighton Volleyball would, and I think that started from point one. We came out, we started with swings, we started going, defenders were picking up balls, and that kind of just allowed the fan base to kind of come up behind us and continue to be really loud. And Bluejay Nation is amazing. They're incredible, and so just to be able to play at home in front of them, it was so much fun, and can't wait for another amazing time tomorrow.
I think there were 9 Nebraska kids on the court tonight. I'm sure you played against a lot of them, with some of them growing up. How cool was that every moment if you were able to process it all from the competition?
Yeah, I was processing it while their team was beating them out, so I think they have more Nebraska kids than we do. But yeah, Lauren Reddick, I played against her in high school, and I also played with her when my 18th year of nationals. We pulled her up because we had some injuries and stuff, so we won the national championship together in our 18th year, or my 18th year. She was probably like 15, but yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that people stay in Nebraska, and I'm glad that people stay in the Midwest. It's cool to see just represented from Nebraska.
Kind of a follow-up on that point, getting to kind of renew the Battle of Papio at the collegiate level. How cool is that, getting to go up against Morgan and Lauren from Papio South?
No, against you. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, those are two really talented people that I knew that they were really talented in high school, and I haven't seen them play a lot since then, so it's cool to see that again and just see how much they've grown. I can't wait to see how their career plays out.
And Ken coached 2 of them in club last year.
What was that experience like, coaching both of them and getting to go up against them then?
Yeah, it was kind of weird, honestly, when I first thought about it. But, it's so much fun to kind of see the growth that they've had and kind of watching almost from that coach's perspective, also just seeing like how much they've grown and how fiery and competitive they are at this next level. And it was so much fun to kind of be out there and see them again, for sure.
Kirsten, what do you think of Kendra's kind of all-around, her decision-making, her efficiency, defense? It seemed like there was a lot of imprint on her tonight.
Yeah, she had a moment where she's like, was that the right decision? And I was like, well, all 3 decisions were right decisions. So that's a good thing that she had those options, but I thought she distributed the ball well, got a lot of people involved, made some really outstanding defensive plays, served well. I mean, just kind of typical Kendra play. It was great to see.
Kirsten, talk about her win number 500,
I prefer not.
we were a little concerned that it might be just a little bit of a distraction tonight.
I of course had no idea that it was career 500. So Anna told me when I was doing an interview, and then anyway, so anytime those milestones come, you think about all the women that they're standing on the backs of. So what an incredible ride that when I was 27 to dream where we'd be right now is, it's well exceeded any expectations that I have. So anyway, it's not about me, it's about this group, and so we're excited for the opportunity tomorrow.
Asa, picking up on Kendra's answer earlier when she said you wanted to come out and play Creighton volleyball. From your view, how would you describe it, and how much was that the first set close to it?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time, and I think Means really fiery energy. Parity is another huge thing. But yeah, I think that first set we were just on fire. We were in system a lot. Kendra did a great job of distributing to everyone. But it's just fun volleyball, especially like we've been talking about the crowd, getting them involved makes it super fun. But just kind of that feisty energy we talk about. We use the words fun and feisty, and I feel like that really describes our team. When we're playing our game, yeah, it makes it really fun.
Ava, we'll stick with you. How important was it? I mean, you guys in the first 2 sets held them to 0 hitting clip. Overall, they ended with .024. I mean, how big is that for you guys?
Yeah, it's huge. Maddie was on fire tonight. She even had a kill, I think, which is awesome. But she's just all over the place. I mean, there'll be a ball that I see and I'm like, ooh, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, and she comes flying in and we'll play it. But she just amazes me. But I think all around really scrappy, and I think we did a good job of shutting down some players.
I guess, I'm sure you don't see them very much, just regionality and whatnot. What was your impressions of seeing Ole Miss in person tonight with that FSU field?
Well, it was interesting, and as we were scouting this week, we were like, we don't know who's gonna win, and clearly, they were an evenly matched matchup. You know, they have an outside that is just a remarkable athlete that they use out of the front and back row. I really was impressed with their setter live. She looks good on film, but I was impressed with her even more in person. And then, you know, they've got 2 really good middles, another good outside. I mean, they're loaded, and I thought they served aggressively. So I was really impressed with them, and you know, we know that. I mean, and we know this. I mean, there's 32 teams left, so any team you're going to play is great, and we're looking forward to the chance to get out there and battle.
Coach, between Omaha and Lincoln, a big part of this tournament is in Nebraska. What message does that send about Nebraska and volleyball?
Well, you know, we consider ourselves a volleyball state, and you know, this goes back years and years. The World Herald had a piece of all the kids that are playing in the tournament around the country. There's just so many kids playing, and it goes back to our high school coaches, our club coaches, and again, it's not just Nebraska and Creighton. You know, UNO won today, our Division II NAI. I mean, it's just awesome to see that our young women have so many great opportunities, and fans come out, and you know, it's a celebration here in Omaha, it's a celebration in Lincoln when they get going.
A couple more.
Norah, talk about moving to the second all-time on the school's career kill list, or did you know that? Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't know, I mean, that would be a testament to, Kendra's been my setter all 4 years. I think she obviously does a really good job of putting up perfect sets for us to get good kills on. But yeah, I think what's cool is like I've met like some of the other players that have gone through this program, like Julie Winters and Taryn, and it's so cool to see them come back and like be so excited for our successes and what this team is doing. And like Julie was at one of our practices this fall, and she was just like totally hyping us up, and she's like telling us how much she believes in us and how much she's seen this program grow from her time. And it's really cool to have those interactions with players that have been through this program and whose backs we're standing on. So that stuff's cool.
So now that you know, are you going to go and look up what you need to get to that top spot?